This video is brought to you by JCK.com. We're one of the largest tool retail company in Canada's capital region. If you want to buy any tools you see in this video, please visit our store or go to our website. More detail in the video description. Hey guys, Jason here. So we've been testing or messing around with these two compressors or battery-powered portable compressors for the past few weeks, and it's quite interesting. And then I guess here are the findings. Again, similar to our Sawzall head-to-head video, we'll try to break it down to different parts. So we'll first talk about the specs, the comfort or the general usability of the tool, and then how it performed, and also, last but not least, the price difference between these two. So spec-wise, these two almost have identical specs on paper. This one, the Dewalt one, have a slightly bigger air tank, like a 2.5 gallon instead of a 2 gallon. But other than that, it's pretty much identical. The Dewalt one uses 60 volt batteries. It's in their 60 volt max lineup. And then the Milwaukee one is in their huge M18 lineup, which can use all of the M18 batteries. Throughout this entire video or this entire comparison, both of these tools are using 6 amp hour batteries. This one is on their 60 volt 6 amp hour. This one is their M18 6 amp hour batteries. Now move to the usability or the comfort of using these tools. I have to give credit to Dewalt. Even though it has a larger tank, it still feels lighter and then easier to handle in general compared with the Milwaukee one. Now, I know a lot of people will prefer metal construction, and for sure the outer structure of this tool is all metal, like I said, metal frame, metal tank, and then most of the Dewalt one are built by plastic, and because the Dewalt one is a bit lighter, in my opinion at least, it'll be a bit easier to maneuver. And then the button placement wise, it's pretty much all the same. I mean, at that point, it's pretty much just your personal preference, but comfort wise, I guess Dewalt have a slightest win, but that's about it. Now, move to performance. So for the performance test, we went all the way from the 18 gauge finishing nailer to the huge framing nailer. And then also in between is the 1.5 inch strip nailer, which is more commonly referred as a joist hanger nailer. During the test at the very beginning, we were using these nailers at a more traditional or normal sense. Basically push it against a piece of wood, or in this case our 4x4, and then press the trigger once you want to put the nails in. And then it all worked just fine for the first few, but we can definitely feel that the compressor on these two just can't keep up with any tools bigger than the 18 gauge finish nailer. And then for these two nailer, after 6 or 7 firings, it will just stop, or as you can see here, the nails will jam and then pop up. It won't be fully seated into the wood. It works for the first few shots, but it won't work for a much longer time. And then in between, you need quite a significant amount of time, like I guess a minute or so, to let the compressor catch up to refill the tank to give you enough pressure to drive those nails into the wood. And then after the test, we also did a pretty ridiculous, really fast bump firing test without nails. We're basically testing whether or not the compressor inside can keep up with the air demand from these tools. And I can pretty happily report for the finishing nailer, the 18 gauge finishing nailer, is going to work just fine indefinitely. But for these two, you can expect a 6 to 7 rapid firing before the speed or the actuating force drastically lower down. So basically what I'm saying here, if you want to use a brat nailer to do finishing or trim work, these two are perfect. You can do it all day long without even stop for a second. If you want to do any framing work or putting roofing nails or stuff like that, you have to wait quite a while between each like consecutive firings. Last but not least, the price. So the Milwaukee one is about $100 more expensive than the Dewalt one. So compare these two tools on the table, you're basically looking at $140 to $150 of a difference once you factor in tax and all those things. So why am I going to buy the Milwaukee one instead of the much cheaper Dewalt one if they perform pretty much the same? So during the unboxing, I immediately noticed the Dewalt one is significantly louder than the Milwaukee one. And it's not just like a little bit louder, it's really, really loud. With me and our technician in the room, we can't even make a conversation when this compressor is running, but we can talk when the Milwaukee one is running. So yes, the Milwaukee M18 quiet compressor is definitely much quieter than its counterpart. So I guess now what's left is, I guess, the conclusion or our guide to you guys to which one you guys should buy. First of all, you have to, I guess, figure out why you need these tools. If you're a home hobbyist and you want to fix some trim work, I guess it's a pretty good choice for you because you can put in finish work all day. You can't use a finishing nailer all day, it won't stop at all. Or in some odd cases, putting nails into some bigger wood, you still can. You just need to wait for a while before the tank refills. And then in that case, I guess either option is okay, but I would still strongly recommend you to buy the quieter one, even if it's $150 more. Now, if you're a professional finish worker or like a trim worker and you absolutely can't live with the current battery operated tools and you need the 18 gauge nailer all day, I guess you have to go with the Milwaukee one because, as I said, it's much quieter. And it's not just for your personal enjoyment, but rather, imagine if you're finishing a basement, this will basically make your ear bleed. Like, I'm not kidding, like it feels like I lost 20% of my hearing after standing right next to it for, I don't know, 30 minutes. So in that case, you might want to put this far away from you or into a different room. Then it kind of defeats the purpose of a battery powered portable compressor, because then you need a long hose. You might as well just use the old gas powered one. Now, if you're someone else, if you're a professional framer, or if you do the roof all the time, then I guess neither of these are good options because they're just not powerful enough. Like, you can put in several nails at once, but that's about it. And you have to wait quite a long time in between. And then at that point, you might as well just go with a battery powered one. If you're already heavily invested in the 60-volt FLEXVOLT system, and you kind of maybe from time to time need an air compressor, yeah, sure, I guess you can buy the Dewalt one. It's $150 cheaper than the Milwaukee one. But if you're already in the Milwaukee ecosystem with a ton of the M18 batteries, and you absolutely need a reliable and quiet and portable battery-powered compressor, and you do finishing work all day, then you might as well just pick up the Milwaukee one because it's a lot quieter, it'll prevent your ear from bleeding, and it's just overall a much nicer experience when using this compared with the Dewalt one. Yes, it's $100 more expensive, but with the added comfort, in my opinion, it's definitely worth it. If you guys like this video, please click like and subscribe to our channel. If you want to buy any tools you see in this video, please come to our store or visit our website, more detail in the video description. You can also reach us from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. See you next time. Bye.